They say work is just work. Do routine, a schedule, a place you go, do your job, and leave behind at the end of the day. But that's only true when you're not alone. When the building empties, when the lights shut off one by one, when the echoes don't belong to footsteps anymore. Workplaces change. These are 3 true horror stories from people who were completely alone at work. Stiorwadi, T-H-E, Nenghts, E, Keyword, G-U-A-R-D. I took the night shift because it paid better. That's the excuse I still give people. The truth is, I didn't like being around others much. Nights were quiet, predictable, or so I thought. In 2017, I was working as a security guard for a regional office building just outside the city. 4 floors, 1 basement, parking garage underneath, the kind of place where nothing ever happened. My shift ran from 11:00 p.m. to 7:00 a.m. Every night was the same routine. Clock in, check cameras, do hourly patrols, log anything unusual. The building officially closed at 9 p.m. Cleaning crews left by 10. By the time I arrived, I was always alone. Or at least, that's what the logbook said. The first few weeks were uneventful. I spent most nights watching security feeds, drinking bad coffee, and scrolling on my phone. Until the cameras started showing movement. At first it was small things. A door sensor triggered on the 3rd floor. Motion detected in the east hallway. I assumed it was glitches. Old system. Cheap sensors. Still, procedure required me to check. So, I grabbed my flashlight and headed upstairs. Every hallway was empty. Lights off, doors locked. Silence thick enough to hear my own breathing. I logged it as a false alarm. Then it happened again and again, always between 2:30 and 3:00 a.m. One night, while watching the cameras, I noticed something different. Camera 14, a 3rd floor conference corridor, showed a shadow moving against the wall. Not fast, not sudden, slow, deliberate. I leaned closer to the screen. The shadow didn't belong to anything. No person, no object, no light source. It moved like someone was walking just out of frame. My stomach tightened. I radioed in, even though I knew no one would answer. Security patrol checking 3rd floor. No response. I had no choice. Protocol again. When the elevator doors opened on the 3rd floor, wrong. Cold, stale, heavy. Halfway down the corridor, my flashlight flickered. That's when I heard it. Footsteps. Behind me, I turned around fast. Empty hallway. But the footsteps didn't stop. They continued slow, uneven, like someone dragging one foot. Back toward the elevator. Heart pounding, flashlight shaking in my hand. Then I saw it. At the end of the hall, near the conference room, a man stood facing the wall, tall, thin, wearing what looked like an old security uniform. "Sir," I called out. No response. Step closer. "Sir, this area is closed." The man's head tilted slightly, not turning, just listening. Then the light shut off. Every light in the hallway went dark at once. I ran. I didn't stop until the elevator doors closed. When I checked the cameras again, camera 14 was offline. The next morning, I reported everything. My supervisor went quiet. Then he told me something no one had mentioned before. 3 years earlier, a night guard named Ivan had died on duty. Heart attack. Found in the third floor conference hallway, facing the wall. After that night, I refused to patrol alone. 2 weeks later, I quit. The building replaced night guards with automated systems. But sometimes, when I drive past late at night, I still see the third floor lights turn on by themselves. THE 24 AUR, GIR, STOR. I was 19 when I took the overnight cashier job. It was temporary, just until college. I told myself it was safe. After all, the store was always open. The grocery store sat on the edge of town, near the highway. Bright lights, long aisles, constant humming from refrigerators. From fun AM to 5 AM. Traffic dropped to almost nothing. Sometimes an hour would pass without a single customer. It was just me and Darren, the night stalker. At least, that's what the schedule said. One night, Darren didn't show up. Management said he called in sick, so it was just me, alone. At 20:17 a.m., the automatic doors opened. I looked up, expecting a customer. No one came in. The doors closed again. I shrugged it off. Wind, sensors, whatever. Then it happened again. Each time, no one entered. At 30:00 a.m., the store speakers crackled. A voice whispered through the PA system. "Hello." My blood ran cold. The intercom wasn't supposed to work without the manager code. Is someone there? The voice asked. I grabbed the phone behind the counter and called the back office. No answer. Then I heard footsteps, coming from aisle 7, slow, heavy, wet. I peeked around the corner. A woman stood at the end of the aisle. Her clothes were soaked, like she'd been standing in rain. Her hair hung over her face. She pushed a cart that squeaked with every step. I forced a smile. I We close self-checkout after midnight, but I can ring you up here. She didn't respond. She stopped in front of the freezer section and stood there, not moving. Minutes passed. Then she turned her head sharply toward me. Her face was pale, lips blue. Her eyes were completely black. She opened her mouth. Water poured out. The store lights flickered. Freezer alarms started screaming. I ran to the back office and locked myself in. Through the door, I heard the cart rolling. Closer. Then silence. When police arrived, there was no sign of her. No water. No footprints. The security footage showed something worse. At 3:04 a.m., I was alone on camera. No woman. No cart. Just me, talking to empty air. Management shut the store for 2 days. They never told the public why. Later, Darren quit. He told me the truth. The store had been built over an old drainage canal. Years ago, a woman drowned there after her car flooded. Night employees had reported seeing her for months. I've never worked another overnight shift again. R3, THE, OFIC, Besem M&T. I stayed late to finish a deadline. That decision changed everything. The office was modern. Glass walls. Clean lines. White lights. By 9 p.m., everyone else had gone home. I was on the 5th floor, headphones on, typing away. At 10:12 p.m., my computer froze. Lights flickered. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. The message read, "You shouldn't be here alone." I laughed it off. Until the elevator dinged. Someone was coming up. I waited. No one exited. The elevator doors closed again. Then my phone buzzed. Basement. I don't know why I went down. Curiosity. Fear. Instinct. The basement smelled of rust and damp. Concrete. The lights turned on one by one as I walked. At the far end, I saw a door slightly open. Inside was an old office. Desks covered in dust. Nameplates still attached. One reedy. Behind me, the door slammed shut. The lights went out. A voice whispered in my ear. "You stayed too late." I ran. I don't remember getting out. I woke up in the parking lot at sunrise. Told me the basement had been sealed for years. No one should have been able to access it. I quit that day. 2 weeks later, I received a final message. Unknown number. Next time, don't answer. Being alone at work isn't always peaceful. Sometimes. It's an invitation. If you work the night shift, if you stay late, if you think you're alone right now, look around. Because these stories were true. And they didn't end when the shift did.